kicking out to the green wave. They're down 28-0, and they're going to kick out to the green wave. Oh, you got to go onside here. What do you think?
He killed it.
He killed it. It's out of the end zone.
I'm not sure I would have went that deep, but he did.
Hey, halftime adjustments. Give you an idea what we think had said in the locker rooms, brought to us by our buddies over there, Lifestyle Healthcare Group and Chiropractic. They're located right there on Daniels Road, just west of JetBlue Stadium. Go in there and talk to Dr. Stuckey. Great guy. Susie, his wife. But treat you like family. Bottom line is, if you have any kind of injury, chronic, whatever it is, he does stem cell therapy. He does the whole shooting match. And it's not just a chiropractic medical office. It's physical therapy. So the adjustments there went up to North Fort Myers. You got to stop these guys. They're clueless on what to do on defense, and the Fort Myers Greenies are just running all over them tonight.
Well, they're calling a timeout. So first of all, you're going to have to. You can't come out of halftime and call a timeout the first play of the game. Second thing they got to do on offense, they got to create some offense, which they've had none so far. They've had negative yards on the passing and just a few yards on the running with Reed. So you've got a long way to come tonight. Down 28-0.
You know what I'm telling my defensive guys if I'm a Red Knight? Tackle the ball. You got to get a turnover. You got to do something here to get the ball back in your hands. You can't score without the ball. So bottom line is, that's what I'm saying. Tackle the ball. That's my halftime adjustments if I'm North Fort Myers.
I think they just got to move the ball. You got to do something. I mean, they're just flat.
Now Fort Myers, their offense, I would not change a thing because they haven't punted all day long. And their defense is what I'm calling is a donut. A donut means there's nada up there on the board, and that's a donut. So 28-0. And every time that my kids shut out the other opponents, and it's been a long history since I've learned how to play football. If you have a donut when you're watching films the next day in practice, and checking it out, I'm buying donuts for the entire team. So let's see if Fort Myers can keep that donut hung on the board. All right, so now they're going to finally get this second half on the way. Snap back to the Greenies. A quick little pass over the middle. Oh, he caught him on a slam now, just a race to the end zone, and he's going to win that race. He's in the 20-10. He can moonwalk in from here. So the first play right after that.
And the back just fell down. And there he marched right into the end zone for another 34-0.
Now the only thing that you can hope for here is them to tack on this extra point and make this a running clock. That's the only mercy we can have in this game. Because I tell you what, I thought this was going to be a slobber knocker.
Joe, I just got to say one thing. The coaches for the Red Knights have not moved in the last 15 seconds.
They're stunned. Everybody's stunned. Get this extra point. They get it. Oh, it clamped. It clamped off the board. That hurt. That prevents the running clock. Wow. So let's take a quick time out here. Catch up on some commercials. You're on 99.3 ESPN. On a slant pattern, then a little bit of two-step, jukes out the defensive back, and goes coast to coast. I mean, the last 20 yards, he was moonwalking like Michael Jackson into the end zone.
Carter Lane faked, and then went right over the top, right to Sias Young, caught him on the run, and you don't see that very often.
And hey, hats off to Sam Sirianni coming out throwing. He's up 28-0. He put the ball in the air. There's a little pooch kick again, right down the sideline. He's going to field it about the 20. Make his cut up field. Oh, we got a bucket around here. He's like, take this coast to coast. No, he was dragged down from behind. Hit it to 40 and pushed it to 45. He had one more cut to make before he was in pay dirt, but they caught him. They tripped him up. Kind of the best field position to start. You're right at the 43-yard line. And I tell you what, the Red Knights just got, this is a pride game now.
Arroyo just, he did what he could. He just didn't have much blocking, but he was still able to pick up a 25-yard after the pooch kick.
This is something funky. This is definitely Friday the 13th with a full moon. This is a weird game, boy. I never thought this would happen.
Messing with my pick'em derby.
Yep. Oh, this is a handoff out the right side, and here goes a Red Knight down the sidelines. He doesn't hit anybody until he gets well deep into Fort Myers territory, and they finally stop him about the 32-yard line.
That was Christian Morgan for a 24-yard run on the outside. Just picked up that easy 24, Joe, untouched.
Now, the only thing that's going to do is if they give an opportunity to score, that's just going to keep us here longer. We're not going to hear that running clock, which is fine. Twin Peaks can wait a little bit longer for us. Quick handoff up the middle again, same play. They ain't broke, don't fix it, so they're not going to fix it. Oh, there's a late hit maybe, but they didn't call it.
Morgan picks up a quick 7 straight up the middle, and they're going to go no-huddle offense here.
inside the 30-yard line of Fort Myers. Red Knights are moving right to left on the radio dial. Long count, trying to draw him off, but they're pretty disciplined. Same play again. He's going to break it around the right end, though. Picks up the first down and then some. Collides with the free safety, and bang, that was a nice hit.
He picked up 8 yards, Joe, but right back at the line of scrimmage, there was a very quick flag off the play. I believe it might be a hold.
And you're right. The doctor dissected that play very well. They're bringing it back. There goes the first down.
When he came around the end, I believe that the pulling guard had some jersey and was able to end and just pushed. That really hurts.
Oh, that's big time. Look how much they put up 15.
That's a 10.
Yeah. They had a first down inside the 25-yard line of Fort Myers. Now they find themselves all the way back at the 40-yard line.
It's an 18-yard loss. Ouch. From the original line of scrimmage.
They're coming out. Deuces left, split right. Deuces the wide side of the field. Here comes a blitz off the middle. Oh, he runs right into the back, and it's just a collision, maybe a gain of 2, and they get it inside the 40.
He's only going to pick up Brett Reed's only going to pick up about 3 yards on that play, so it's going to be 3rd and 14.
That's a bundle. Somebody lost their helmet. They got to run out the field and get a little equipment change here.
He'll make it.
Now, again, I can't see the numbers right now of the greenies. Can you?
Barely.
it's black on green. I'm colorblind. What can I tell you? All right, shotgun, bubble pass. Oh, he's hit immediately as soon as he got the ball. He's drilled. Nice read by the inside corner linebacker.
Araro jumped up in the air and was just tackled, but almost picked off by number 8 from the Greenies, Ryan Walsh, playing both sides, went up for the ball, but just went right through his hands.
He read that perfectly.
Perfect.
Now that's going to be, that's a fourth down and a bundle. And here they're going to punt it. They're trying to pin the Greenies back, but it really doesn't matter because they're able to stop the offense all day long.
10 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
And he's trying to drain the clock because look at he's in a weird punting formation. Wait, there's a late guy coming on. Hold on here. Wait, I'm on punting team. You kidding me? Now they're going to call a timeout.
That's 2 timeouts, Joe.
All right, let's bust out of here. They're going to call timeout. Let's call timeout right here on 99.3 ESPN. For the Red Knights. They're punting from their 50. He's just trying to pooch it down. A very high kick. It's going to stop. He's going to get a good roll. Kicked it. Oh, he let it bounce into the end zone. He was right next to it. Did he let it go in? Yeah, it's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had an opportunity to down that and put the Greenies really in bad shape, but it rolled into the end zone, so now they're going to get the ball to 20.
I think the ball actually hit, and then he picked it up, I think is what they were looking at.
Now, Cyrus Young, we got to give a little shout out to our boys at Floormeisters because Cyrus Young just tore up the run for 80 yards on the opening drive. And that's got to be a long run brought to us by our friends at Floormeisters because when you tear up the rug like that, you got to replace it. And Floormeisters got your carpet, the tile, the wood, best prices in town. They can install it the next day. They have so much inventory. You go down and pick out what colors you like, and they'll go ahead and take care of you. Floormeisters got your floors covered from wall to wall because of Floormeisters. They have it all. Little drive up the middle. He's going to bounce out of it, come around the end. Here comes another just flat out effort. Started at the 20, got hit by 6 people, made a sprint move, and works his way out all the way out to the 35-yard line.
That was Reginald Davis, and out front blocking for him is going to be Carter Lane, the quarterback. It was a mixed-up play. Carter saw it. They followed each other down the line, and Carter got a downfield block.
Greenway first down. My boy Jake, the PA announcement here does a great job.
I got to tell you, Joe, if these running yards don't happen because they're great running backs, but you got to give it to this Green Wave line. I believe that they got a little bit of butt chewing after last week's deal.
How do you not?
This line is killing them now.
Little crossbuck inside. He's going against the green. Now he's going to find some room on the left-hand side after coming against. He's going to pick up another what?
Picked up 4 yards, but there's another flag on the far side of the field.
And the clock is major league in the Greenies' favor. It just keeps on grinding.
It's going to bring it back. I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen the call exactly. Here we go.
Going to go against the Greenies, I can tell you that. What do they have, illegal shift?
Yep.
Yeah, they're moving for the ball with snap.
It's only a 5 yards, so.
That's who they got. So now it's 1st and 15. Greeny's moving left to right on the radio dial. Just a quick handoff up the middle, and he's just going to kind of bulldozer his way up, but there's a wall of Red Knights there.
He's able to pick up 2 yards after the wall.
Yeah.
Joe, the Knights are not going low. They're just trying to head tackle and stay above the shoulders. And you can't stop the running backs from the green wave up top. You're going to have to go down low, and you're going to have to, get in there. But this line with, Caden Baker and that group down there, that was a pulling, and they pulled and zigged and zagged.
I think what you were saying, like last week they were embarrassed. This week they came up. They're making up for that embarrassment. All right, there's long snap. Shotgun. He's going to throw a little flow out to the left flat. He's got a lot of room out there. He's the midfield. Now he's just trying to fake people out. And as he does so, he gets caught from behind, but not before he gets inside the 40-yard line of the Red Knights. Nice little pitch and catch there.
About 26 yards for Sias Young again. They're just calling his name out. I thought Darian Felix would be the big thing, but they let him right through again on a little screen pass off the end, and was able to get Sias Young out in front of the tight end, and he was able to pick up, 22 yards.
It really doesn't matter whose number they're calling tonight. It seems the Green Wave are just hitting on all cylinders. Shotgun formation again. They're going to go motion. It's a jet sweep to the right-hand side. If he turns a corner, and he's got 5 on that corner, he's got 10. Nice hit from the safety, but he bounces off of it. Just gets out of bounds. Just stepped it. We'd have had a couple more.
Sias Young again, but got another downfield tackle by Davis, who was able to, I can't even really describe it, Joe. They're hitting on all cylinders, and you look downfield, and there's a greenie out in front of them.
Yeah,
I hadn't seen that all season. This is some great high school football we've got going here tonight.
And is North Fort Myers 3-0 coming in? Was that a suspect 3-0?
I think
Riverdale.
I think they came in flat. They came in flat.
Yep. But how do you come in flat? Wide receiver, it's just a sweep left. And again, it's just a race to the end zone. And he gets horse collared out of bounds inside the 10. They're just, whatever play they run tonight is working.
Reginald Davis, he ran looks like about 24 yards on that play, but there's going to look like you're going to have a hole back at the original line of scrimmage, so that's going to move them back. But
is this the same North Fort Myers team we saw against Riverdale?
Do you think they came in a little bit too overconfident, or were they looking for something different? Was Sammy playing with those plays we saw last week, kind of throwing some things out there with Monty Brown? He might go deep, he might not. There was a lot of shifting.
Yeah, but still, how do you lose to Cypress Lake? It was a good game, don't get us wrong, because it was a well-fought game on both sides. Cypress should have won. You realize how they got down in that 4th and 1-inch situation on the. Remember they fumbled the kickoff?
They fumbled the kickoff.
Cypress kind of shot themselves in the foot and gave them a golden opportunity. Cypress should have won that game outright, and thank God they did because, the cards aligned right. But in the way of North Fort Myers, they've had some pretty tough games and came up on top. Little slant pattern on the right-hand side. Very good coverage, but the ball was on the money. And he gets it down inside the 30-yard line.
Jarrell Washington, number 10, he goes and picks up back to the original line of scrimmage, Joe. So that was a gain of about, they're going to give him 12 yards on that. Wow, that is the 9th back or receiver for the Greenies tonight.
They spread it around. And they're right at the line of scrimmage. That's what I like about Greenway football. They're right at the line of scrimmage, and they actually are ready to the referee puts the ball down, and they're snapping 10 seconds later. Jet sweep left. He's got the corner, and look at that downfield blocking. He makes a cut against the grain, and finally Pursuit catches up to him, but I think he got the first down.
Joe, I saw in that play, the Red Knights go into more a cover 2 instead of a man-to-man, and I think there was an audible at the line, which took a little bit longer, and they figured out that they could, run to the left, and there we go again. And
you see, he's 10 yards downfield before anybody even touches him. There's no contain on the ends of the Red Knights tonight. I have no idea why.
They're got a 4 linebacker set.
Yeah. And they're pinching those defensive ends in, and as a result, they're losing contain. There's earlier. Wide open in the flat. This could be coast to coast. He's walking in from the 10-yard line. A little flare pattern out to the right-hand side. The running back picks it up, goes 20 yards, and finishes off for the touchdown. Nice job, Greenies.
Lubert for the easy score, Joe.
I think Red Knights have just given up. Look at it. They're looking at their shoelaces. Look at their helmets and tell me I'm wrong.
Joe, body language. There are 2 sets of there's an offensive line group for the Red Knights. There's a defensive set and neither of those groups have moved in the last 10 minutes.
They're in a state of shock. They didn't know what they ran into tonight. Of course, I called this the other way too, so I didn't know what they were going to run into. Bad snap. He's going to try to fire drill. He's trying to go on the left side for a 2-point conversion. Can he sneak it in? Did he get it?
Yes, he did.
He did. 2-point conversion. Tack it on.
And you talked about putting a nail in the coffin. That did it.
That's the mercy. So we're going to take a little bit of mercy here. So keep it tuned to 99.3 ESPN. On Red Knight sidelines are just stunned. They are down 42-zip, and it's been all Fort Myers tonight.
Joe, I'm telling you, I think Sammy went back, sat down, looked at this, and said, we didn't have any success throwing the ball. He came out the second half and said, you know what, let's get downfield. Joe, I mean, this is a night and day difference in this team that we saw last week.
Big time. Big time.
This is the teams that we've seen before that Sammy's brought to the field. So something tells me something wasn't right. And I don't know if it was the way they were coaching the line or if they were taking things too easy.
Was it personnel? Was it injuries? And then you got your running back, you got your free safety back.
Well, so at least 5 to 6 injuries. So did you have to just tell these kids, look, you got to step up, and they did. So
I tell you, if you're a Red Knight, you're just shocked. I'm shocked. I'm not even a Red Knight, and I'm shocked. I get down 42-0. I thought they were going to beat him. So that just goes to show you, do the Pick'em Derby. Let's win some money tonight. Or win a gift certificate to Twin Peaks. High kick. Again, it's a pooch. He fair caught it. He's going to be right at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Red Knights are going to start this drive.
Joe, I'm a little in shock, but neither team. You look across there, neither team. They're only looks like the Red Knights have about 45 or so dressed out, and if you're looking on the Green Wave side, I only count less than right around 30. So they definitely are hurting in numbers.
Why is that? Because Fort Myers, this is the 100th year of football at Fort Myers, and you'd think everybody wants to come out and be part of that action. But the 30 they got, I tell you, the Warriors.
I know they got 2 out with ACLs and another one, Brady Luttrell, with a shoulder injury, so.
Direct snap back to the quarterback and shotgun. He's going to take it around the left end and get some positive yardage. He's knocked down to inside the 40.
That was number 12, Aaron Cole, on the keeper, and he got down right to about, he picked up 8, so that's a good.
Nice job. The Red Knights are just, it's in mercy mode right now. They got bit by the September 13th bug. Friday. Where's the full moon? Have you seen the full moon? I can't see
it's too cloudy.
Too cloudy. It's a shame. Oh, jumping off sides. That's probably one of the only mistakes that Fort Myers has done tonight. Inside interior guy jumped off sides. I got a feeling they're putting a bunch of little guys in there, just give him some varsity action. And he just wasn't disciplined as the first stringer. Oh, but guess what? He gets a trip to the bench. He gets an opportunity to hear the coach say, man, watch the ball. We do this in practice every day. You give him a cheap first down there.
But this is the night to do it, though. If you're going to get some of these young guys in there, they haven't watched the ball, seen some of this live hitting, because you're only, allowed to hit 2 days a week now?
You're not even hit that much. Just a quick handoff up the middle. Submarine by the defensive back came up, and it was just him in the hole. And the running back, and he decided to go low and trip up, and that picked up about 5.
That's Morgan for about 5 yards. Looks like a long 5, Joe, right at midfield, but counted at the 48.
This is nothing but what I call pride drive. Guys, just put a score on the board. You don't want to have a goose egg. But then if I'm Fort Myers, I want my donuts tomorrow. I'm firing up my defense. And guys, I want to eat donuts. Here comes a blitz up the middle, and you can see it coming. They want the donut too. It's a little handoff up right-hand side. It's a power play, but he's still struggling. He gets it inside the 50 down to about the 46-yard line.
So that's going to be a first down for the Red Knights, picking up 4 quick yards, Joe. Morgan keeping his feet. He's keeping his head up and just, powering through. He's bound and determined he's going to get in the end zone tonight.
And they're moving the sticks. You have to have something positive happen here, because you have to talk about something in the films tomorrow. You can't be all negative. These kids are, they're kids. High schoolers, you never know what's going to happen. That's why we get killed on this Pick'em Derby all the time.
And it's a short ride. Lucky for them, it's a short ride home.
Yep. Hand off left-hand side. He's going to go, no, but he's keeping it against the grain and go, Cornell's going to keep it. He's going to find the sideline, and he finally gets driven out of bounds, but not before he gets down to about the 21-yard line.
That's number 12, Aaron Cole, just went back into the quarterback mode and kept it on a little quarterback keeper. They followed him around on the blind side. Yeah, he cut off to the right.
I thought it was a sweep.
You did. You called it a sweep, and then Aaron Cole took off the other side and picked up a good 21 yards.
He faked the sweep left and then ran right, and everybody was following sweep guy like I was, so he faked me out. Deuces left, split right, shotgun formation, just a quick handoff up the middle, and again, he just splits the middle, and he's not hit until he picks up all the way down inside the 15-yard line now.
You're leaving Cole in there, and that was a handoff to Brett Reed, who's going to pick up a good 6 yards, Joe. Make it 2nd and 4.
Take it down right at the 15-yard line, 6-yard gain.
So the little guys from Fort Myers, they're doing the best they can against the monstrous line of North Fort Myers.
Neither line is, Joe, when you look at it, they match up well.
Deuces left. Oh, he's going to take it around the right-hand side. He cuts it back against the grain, and now he's going to get it inside the 10. They're going to mark him probably about the 6-yard line. And here comes some more beef for Fort Myers. So they're saying, wait a minute, okay, we'll let you get down inside of 10, but here comes the beef because we know you're going to try to jam it down our throats to score. So it's a goal line defense, and I think they brought a couple more of their first teamers. Fort Myers trying to bow their necks here, where North Fort Myers is knocking on the door for their first score of the game. Long count, hand up the middle. Oh, he's hit hard, but he spins out of it. Gets it inside the 5.
Up to Reed, again, just powering through. Again, Joe, you look at the lineman, 74 for the Red Knights. That's Sparks. He's a good 6'6", 6'7", good, 250 plus. They got 4 or 5 of their big linemen down there. They matched up well, but it just doesn't seem that they were ready to go today.
When you see him in the huddle, he's like, everybody comes up to his shoulder pads. It's crazy how big he is. Little sweep around the right end, but there's nothing there. Good pursuit by the Green Wave, and it just washes him out of bounds.
And that was a wave that just hit Morgan on there. It was a big tsunami. Just a loss of about, that was 2-yard loss on that.
Yeah, he tried to pop it around the end, but the pursuit was there, and they stretched him out, and they just said, So with 21 seconds before the third quarter, again, this is a mercy clock. It's rolling no matter what happens. 42-0. It's 3rd down and goal. And they're going to go to the right-hand side with a sweep. And no, he stands him up and they sit him down. There's nothing there.
Joe, I could call that by 1 or 2 players, but Joe, there's 6 players on the ball. Another tsunami tidal wave coming there.
And that's going to be the quarter, so we're going to take a little quarter break here and bring you the 4th quarter here of this lopsided game, 42-0, with Fort Myers on top, right here on 99.3 ESPN. And I call these games pretty well. We've seen some pretty good games this year. 7-0 games and 8-7 games and goal line stand games, and this is an absolute blowout. 42-0 run rule, as they say.
I did not expect this coming, Joe. All day I've been expecting this game, and just what was the Green Wave going to come out? What were they going to be like? How was this Red Knight group going to get on a bus ride over here for 5 minutes and get off? This is almost like a home game for them as well, and they're just stunned.
Now they're going to try to break this goose egg on the board. They're going to line up for a field goal. It's going to be about a 25-yarder. So North Fort Myers is trying to get on the board somehow. Good snap. It's down. It looks like he got it.
He got it.
He does. So there you go.
Pounded it through.
Thank God for that. Let's keep it here, and I'll tell you now what's coming down next week. Now next week is one of those other crosstown rivalries. This is not a crosstown rivalry. This is a cross the parking lot rivalry. We're going to be at community school at First Baptist. First Baptist is off this week, getting ready for community. Community has shown some offense in the past couple of games, but First Baptist has showed dominance their first 3 games, and Billy Sparacio has got those guys humping on all 3 cylinders or 4 cylinders. In his case, 8 cylinders, the way he's got it too.
That whole program, Joe, they re-turfed that field last year, and they're hitting on all cylinders after the loss that CSN took from ECS, and then to come back and to, really, been doing well.
Light it up.
So it should be a great game. Yep. It doesn't matter how bad either team is. That is just to cross the parking lot.
Yep.
They'll put the 15 on there. They can drive over, and it's a home game for both teams.
So that one, I would hope would not be a run rule game like this. I call it a run rule game because it's just a running clock. But they got 43-3. Let's call it 3. So they at least got something on that clock. Here comes the kickoff. He's going to do a little poochie. Fielded it. No, he bobbled it, but he pops loose, and who got it?
It looks like it's going to stay green wave here. It's going to go to the green wave. Joe, that was a good call. Instead of going deep earlier when I said that, I wouldn't have done that there because we know he has a leg. I would have just short pooched it or whatever, but
it was just a muff, and then he blocked off his shin guards because it was just in front of him when he tried to field it. And the ball kind of squirted loose, but thank God the guy behind him was playing deep, jumped on it.
Well, you always teach, and I know you're a good one at teaching this, just fall on the ball. Don't try to pick it up.
Jump on top of you.
Right. And crossways over top of you, and that did not happen here. He tried to pick it up and run with it, and that's not what they're taught. But again, they're young men, and you get out there, and the emotions and the adrenaline get running, and you see that big score, and you go for it.
Yeah. So they got too many men on the field right here for the Green Wave. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They got 12. Here comes a kid off. You got to count that being an official that you are. Here comes another kid off. I told you got too many kids on the field.
You did. There was 12.
It's 12. So they got a bunch. You're trying to get the little guys playing, which is hats off to the Green Wave. You got to do that.
And they got lucky because that could have been a flag.
Yep. Hey, they're going to call timeout. Let's give a little shout out to our boys out at St. Craft Homes. Chuck McWilliams, what a great dude. He put in our locker rooms out there at Gateway. They look like the Miami Dolphins locker rooms. It's fabulous. Got us a great deal, gave us a great price, teamed up with good deals, and they're going to help put in our laundry room as well. He is like, they call it, he's a blue-collar custom home guy. So he's not going to rob you. Like most of these custom guys do, and they nickel and dime you and have all these up charges and change charges. Chuck will say, what do you need? What do you want to work with? I got my boy Leo Meany. If you know Leo's a great guy. He works for the hospital chains around here. But bottom line is, Leo just walked into his house the other day, paid about, maybe $350, $375, give or take a penny. It looks like it's an $800,000 house. I'm like, wow. Leo, what do you got here? He's like, yeah, Chuck did me a solid. So if you want to do anything with Sandcraft Homes, look into them, sandcrafthomes.com. Tell Chuck McWilliams I sent you, and he'll maybe throw in a couple extra special things to Chuck's that kind of a guy. All right, back to the action here with the Greenies. Deuces left, split right, shotgun formation. They're going to hand off to that up back and try to give him some room. He's tripped up from behind, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
He tripped over the offensive lineman. Was kind of pulling and going to pull off his player that he was blocking, and when he pulled, he tripped him up with, tried to help him downfield. Not a good, but gain of 2 yards, so to be 2nd and 2 from the 32. Joe.
And the clock is running. Another shout out we got to give to one of our good sponsors is Sally Promotions. They're going to help you expand your brand. We didn't get an opportunity to talk about Sally in the pregame show because of, again, the lightning delay and the technical difficulties that occurred, but Nate Sally will take care of you. If you need any kind of custom apparel, anything of that nature, get in touch with Nate Sally, who just had a brand new addition to his family, so congratulations, Nate. Little handoff up the middle. Now the quarterback's going to take it around the end. He's found some room. He's trying to stay in bounds, but he's whipped out inside the 50, and it was a horse collar tackle, so that's going to be an additional 15 on top of that run.
That was Damani Williams, got outside. I only called that name one time. So they got Damani in, covering a little bit of back, and he was horse collared out of there. So it's going to be 15 tacked on from the 49. So
Damani, is that your daddy, Yamani, or your daddy? That's your
Damani came down from the D.C. area, played some summer basketball, and then was able to get in on these right at the end of the 7-on-7s after the transfer. So, new to the area. People don't know a lot about him, but a very, very, very athletic young man.
All right, so now the Green Wave finds us up on the 35-yard line and driving again. 8 minutes to go in this ball game with a running clock. Just as Straight handoff up the middle. They're not looking to do anything fancy. They're just looking to get out of here without any injuries. They got all the little guys in now.
Was a delayed handoff. Just kind of stuttered. Damani put it out there. And an easy 4 yards there. So it'll be 2nd and 6.
Also want to give a shout out to another first-year sponsor of ours. It's First Florida Integrity Bank. And that's where the little things make a big difference. And I tell you, talk to the people down there, Heather Tice, Gary Tice, president of the bank, just the nicest people in the world that you want to work with. They'll put together a winning game plan, help you open up a new account, negotiate a mortgage, secure a loan, start a savings account for your college, whatever you want to do. Make sure you tie into First Florida Integrity Bank. Shotgun formation, deuces right, split left, little handoff up the middle. He's going to keep it himself around the end. Oh, and he runs into some room, going, gives a step and takes it back. And now he picks up another 5 yards after a little jump move. He's inside the 25.
He rolled, kind of stuttered like he was going to go to the right, and then rolled back again to the left, Joe. Missed the tackle, and, picked up another 4 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line.
Oh, did they throw a flag here? No, they just move it back. This is the first time I've seen the Fort Myers actually go into a huddle. So when they're moving into a huddle, I thought they were moving back.
Again.
Because they usually take it on a line, you know what I mean? They take their plays and snaps on a line.
Again, there's a number, the running back does not show up on the roster, so it looks like they put in the younger kids. They've taken out their line. So this looks like some younger guys, maybe some sophomores and juniors ready to play up.
Little handoff up the middle. He's going to bounce around the right-hand side. He's got a little bit of room out there. Puts his foot in the ground. Tries to go for the goal line and drive it down inside the 10-yard line.
So he rolls out to the right. Damani isn't there. He yanks Damani with him, and Damani runs right into the back. So we're going to leads the blocking, but I believe we're going to have either a hold here or they're going to get that as a block in the back.
That was a weird play. He handed off to the back. The back stutter stepped, bounced, and Damani then, instead of handing off and just watching him, he ran in front of him and made a block.
Yeah, no, it was a great play. He grabbed him by the shoulder pads and said, lead me on. I mean, that's just, working hard. And there's going to be a water break right here with 5.
Let's take a water break too then. Keep it right here. We've got about 5 minutes to go in this ball game on 99.3 ESPN. Blowout game of the week instead of his game of the week. This is a 42-3 score. So Fort Myers has a running clock in the third quarter, and they're driving again. They got the little guys in. They got a sweep on the left side. This could be a score. He puts his leg in the ground. He takes it back again. Now he's going to squirt in the end zone. Touchdown. Another score for Fort Myers from about 30 yards out, and that was nothing but sprint and hustle to get in the end zone. Wow. These are little guys. You got to let the little guys play and show what they got. I tell you what, they're showing what they got. Joe's got to be smiling for what's coming up in the future for him.
With that speed, I think he was faster than anybody else all night.
Bullet. And there we go, Superman. Boom. That makes it 48-3. And here comes the extra point.
That was Pharrell Price around the outside. Again, these uniforms that the Green Wave are wearing a white helmet with a real shiny gray uniform.
Snap is down. No, he picked it up because it's a bad snap, and he gets crushed. So they didn't tack on the extra point there. We'll keep it right here. Now, we're going to go to Twin Peaks like we always do on the post-game show.
What's tonight's special? What do you got?
Here's what they got. Here's what's fun about Twin Peaks. They got the National Cheeseburger Day we talked about on September 18th. Look what they got going on September 23rd to 27th. It's Lumberjill, not Lumberjack, costume party. They're going to have an honor of the National Lumberjack Day, Lumberjack, say that 3 times fast, on September 26th. And they basically come on in, and they're going to be all the Lumberjills. Not Lumberjacks. It's going to be Lumberjills. That's all the good looking.
They started school. They were the schoolgirls, and they wore, uniforms that were indicative of school, and now they're going to do the Lumberjills. And
yeah. Now here's the coolest thing about it, and I mean cool. 29 degrees cool. I had a beer the other day with a 29 degree. Come on, a frosty mug. How do you beat that?
You even said there was some frost in it, a little bit of ice floating on top. It was great after calling a long game like we did last week at Cypress.
It was absolutely perfect. And I'm not a big beer drinker, I usually, drink just lemonades and stuff like that. But when I saw that at 29 degrees, I said, I got to try that. And the waitress was saying, you ever tried a 29-degree beer? I'm like, no. So she got me one, and let's just say I'm glad I got it. Scenic views and 29-degree beers, they should also say.
We got 3:10 going here, Joe. The clock is running, and the wind has picked up quite a bit in the last couple minutes with this front and moving through. Just like a college atmosphere here tonight. You get these two teams in the same place, and you've got, the red and the green. It's a fabulous night.
Here's a kickoff. It's going to high pooch punt. He's going to catch it at 30. He's going to put his foot up. He's up the middle now. Trying to cut it back to side and brings it out to about the 46-yard line.
That was Brett Reed on the carry, and he picked up 17 yards. Joe, again, the Greenies were not just tackling. He plowed through. Yeah. I mean, they were trying, but, weren't able to bring him down. Got a cramp here. He's going to be able to run it off. Not even that hot tonight, but
it's a nice night. It really is. You can tell the weather's starting to change. We're getting into the September-October weather.
And we've been, knock on wood, we've been really lucky. A little lightning before the game, but nothing's really affected us this year. And I'll knock on some wood for that. But
we've been blowing out our board the pregame. That's all. There we go. Is a shotgun formation. Deuces left, split right. They're going to hand off up the middle, and then I think the Red Knights are doing the right thing. They just want to get out of here and jump on the bus. And it's 2 minutes and counting, and life goes on.
That was number 21 on the carry. Hafenlinger. It looks like he had been.
Hafenlinger. That's a good Jewish name.
Hafenlinger. He had been injured here in the program, so he must have been injured to start the season. So
he's getting some action.
Yeah, they get him down at the bottom. So good to see he's back.
Second down, Red Knights. Just a handoff up the middle again, just to try to kill this clock. There's 1:40 and counting. And they just get back to the line of scrimmage.
Bodies flying, and now there's double flags. It's going to be two unsportsmanlike conducts. The Lions are just jibber-jabbering.
In regards to the great call of the game, Dave, let's give a shout-out to our boys over at Metro by T-Mobile. The great call was going into a running clock here. What do you think of that?
I think the great call is the coaching staff for the Greenies. I mean, they definitely went back, restructured, regrouped, and came back, and it shows what hard work can do and mindset.
Yep. So Metro by T-Mobile, it's the best deal in wireless. Check and see all the different specials they got going right now. They're giving away free phones. They're doing, Amazon Prime, you name it, they got it. So log on to Metro by T-Mobile and figure out exactly all the different specials they're giving to new sponsors or new clients and new customers. Here's a swoop around the end. He's following his tackle very nice on a pull. Might get it down to close to, about 10 yards. I don't think that's enough for a first down, but I think this clock is going to run out.
With 31 seconds left, they're barely going to have enough time to get that off.
They're going to let this clock run. So
the play clock is 30. They're off by 5 seconds. So the play clock is.
They're ready. They call tonight, and Red Knights are walking off the field, and they're doing the right thing because this was an absolutely one-sided booty kicking, is what I call it. And Fort Myers on the right side of a 48-3 game. So keep it here, the Southwest Florida High School football game of the week. We're going to give you a post-game show. We'll tell you all the stats. We'll tell you all the VIPs who we think are the superstars of the game. We're going to give you an idea of the rundown of what's going around Southwest Florida and all those scores. So keep it tuned right here, 99.3 ESPN. Back to the action here with the Southwest Florida High School football post-game show, where we just saw, does it say, a butt kicking? That's all you can say on this. That is a 48-3 ball game. Fort Myers just crushed them. And I got to say, there's about, no kidding, there's at least 15 kids that had the ball or touched the ball for Fort Myers tonight. But the leading ground gainer brought to us by Floormeisters, it's got to be Harvin. He's a Fort Myers kid that had about 10 rushes. He had about 160 yards.
Linebacker look. So very good job for the offensive line and defense here, holding them to only 3 points.
So Harvin, he really tore up the rug. And remember, if you're going to replace your rugs, you got to call our buddies over there at Floormeisters. TJ owns the place, mom and dad. They have about 75 years of experience in the flooring business. They got a huge selection. I don't care if you need tile. I don't care if you need, rugs. I don't care if you need wood floors. They got it all.
1 point away. They went for two. They missed, and then they came back and just blew them out the next time they got the ball. I mean, it's just it was like almost panic mode for the Red Knights tonight. Unfathomable what they must feel.
We're going to take a look around Southwest Florida and get an update on all the different scores. So keep it tuned right here on 99.3 ESPN.